Hey yo, pay attention. For real.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. We had mentioned last time in our first session, our introduction really, how in clear vision and understanding we find that identifying the roles and the concerns is much easier.
I know that's right. You are not lying,
And
yes, indeed.
it's important to have knowledge and watch the signs
Oh yeah.
for true guidance.
رب العالمين.
For who? Allah.
And in doing that and in knowing this, everything is much more simple when we're reaching for our destination, i.e. Jannah, and more importantly, the pleasure of Allah.
That's so true.
Allah says in the Quran,
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس قال أأسجد لمن خلقت طينا قال أرأيتك هذا الذي كرمت علي لئن أخرتني إلى يوم القيامة لأحتنكن ذريته إلا قليلا قال اذهب فمن تبعك منهم فإن جهنم جزاؤكم جزاء موفورا واستفزز من استطعت منهم بصوتك وأجلب عليهم بخيلك ورجلك وشاركهم في الأموال والأولاد وعدهم وما يعدهم الشيطان إلا غرورا إن عبادي ليس لك عليهم سلطان وكفى بربك وكيلا.
and these ayat are translated as, and remember, when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, they prostrated, except Iblis. He said, should I prostrate to the one that you've created from clay? He said, you see this one you've honored above me? If you give me respite until the day of resurrection, I will surely seize and mislead his offspring, all but a few. Allah said, go, and whosoever of them follows you, surely hell will be the recompense for all of you, an ample recompense. And fool them, gradually, those whom you can from among them, with your voice. Make assaults on them with your cavalry and your infantry. Mutually share with them wealth and children. And make promises to them. But Shaitan promises them nothing but deceit. Verily, my slaves, you have no authority over them, and all sufficient is your Lord as a guardian.
Alhamdulillah. Allah. You better believe it.
Now, if you remember from our introduction, we pointed out how we have these two roles, and Allah wants the best for us, and Shaitan wants the worst
Jahannam. The biggest, absolute worst
possible situation. Allah wants us properly guided,
Sirat al-Mustaqim.
and Shaitan wants us confused and misguided.
Clear.
And,
Pay attention.
When we see these things with clarity, then all of our actions and our intentions become easier to
Aim in learning.
focus in on and
Practice.
use in our steps through life.
Yeah, that's making sense. You're right.
But when we're away from this clarity and this type of understanding, then we find ourselves in the situations that we are in these days, today.
Not knowing got him going the wrong way.
And-
Lost by not knowing.
In this chaos or confusion,
What do we
we
do?
find that the Shaitan is playing mini games.
No.
But things can be made real easy in this clarity that we're speaking about.
Know better, grow better. Listening? Are you learning?
So, in looking at the signs, we see how things that were previously normal and natural have been made to be strange and awkward. And things that were previously strange and awkward have been made to be considered the norm and are pushed on people as the norm, pushed on people as the way to be progressive, making progress, moving forward, when in actuality, it's the opposite. The example of this trick and this confusion and this illusion that we want to look at today is how the norm of having the Creator guide the creation has been changed to something strange. And today, instead, the creation guiding the creation while having them live in error and confusion or excuses is the norm. And the other way is strange, as we said.
A problem. مشكلة. ضلالة. يا رب العالمين. Protect us from evil.
If we look at the portion of the ayah that we just listened to, where Allah says, وَاسْتَفْزِزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ. Not all of them. Go ahead and trick them, befool them, provoke them, entice them. Those who you can from among them. Those whom you can from among them. Not all of them. And as we saw and we hear, the verses continue, and in the end we are made to understand clearly who are the ones who are saved from this trick, these tricks, and this illusion. So our first indication is the source
Learn this. Know this.
of many of these teachings.
Knowledge protects you.
We are
Pay attention.
coming on the second half of the year, where we start to run into the annual holidays for the non-Muslims of Halloween, Christmas, and these type of things and these type of situations. Now, in clarity, it's easy to address these, but without that, then the emotions are allowed to come to the forefront and end up being the leader and being the guide and end up confusing us. Or the pressures of peers end up becoming the guide. The pressures of the society end up becoming the guide. And all of these things, as we see, if they are made the source, then they become from the creation. They become a part of the made to be new norm, which is actually an error and excuses and confusion and conflict to what is normally natural, naturally normal. So if we keep things basic and check the sources, if someone is teaching you that this is morality, moral, then we can and we should simply ask, where did you get that? Where does it come from? Who originally taught that, and how do you understand how to imply or apply that lesson? Those sources should be and should come from and should be based in and based on the teachings of the Creator, if it's made to be a moral guidance for the creation. And if it's not, and when it's not, then you easily should know.
You shouldn't do that.
اتقوا no.
That's from the roots of dalala, misguidance. And it's from the fruits
Are you listening?
that we shouldn't want any parts of.
Rocking the boat when we can be smooth sailing. Are you learning? Oh yeah.
See you in the next one, inshallah.
إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
والسلام على من اتبع الهدى.